Just a little over a year ago, Julian Assange was still able to step out in the public and face the press. But today, things have changed for the 39-year-old founder of the whistleblowing website Wikileaks. Assange's greatest weapon is the internet. With the help of WikiLeaks volunteers, he collects and publishes confidential documents, something that's drawn him both praise and criticism. The WikiLeaks founder says he's performing a public service and that the free flow of information, including confidential information, is crucial in a democracy.
Sophisticated US jurisprudence understands that. And that is why you have things like the First Amendment, which takes the press outside the legislative process, because in the end it is the communication of knowledge which regulates the legislature, which creates the Constitution.
But WikiLeaks has also made life difficult for many world leaders and diplomats. The latest disclosures made many of their internal communications and personal relationships public knowledge. American diplomats serving around the world were caught off guard, and many were forced to comment on the leaked documents. Some diplomats say their conversations are extremely important and meant to be kept private.
You have conversations with people that both sides understand are in the context of trust. The German Foreign Ministry and their diplomats in Washington had the same basis of their conversations, and we deserve that. That's the code of conduct in diplomacy.
Eberhard Sandschneider works as a foreign policy expert at the German Council on Foreign Relations in Berlin, not far from the American embassy. He says not everything is appropriate for public consumption.
Making information public isn't always a good thing. It has its limits. Certain things shouldn't be public information, so as not to interfere with important political decisions. And that includes diplomatic negotiations too, where personal relationships are really important. Bringing this kind of information into the public sphere is more negative than positive as far as political dialogue is concerned. The public would be well advised to stay out of it.
The US ambassador to Germany admits the latest WikiLeaks disclosure has ruffled feathers in Berlin. But he believes it's raised important questions as well.
Does this make the world safer? Does it make the world less complicated? And the answer to both of those has got to be no. We're already facing a whole range. Germany and the United States face a whole range of globally challenging situations. Afghanistan, Iran, Middle East peace, global economic challenges, und so weiter. And this does not help any of those.
Officials in Berlin have called the diplomatic flap embarrassing for the US. But Germany's foreign minister has remained calm. He says the rumours and gossip from the diplomatic world are unimportant.
The political consequences for us is that we have to take a closer look at security. We have to find out if our foreign policy concerns, if German citizens and non-citizens are threatened. And we have to figure out what precautions need to be taken to ensure what's confidential stays that way.
Germany's Der Spiegel magazine was one of the 5 news outlets to publish the WikiLeaks disclosures. But not everyone agrees with the editor's decision.
Putting that much unfiltered data on the internet isn't about journalism anymore. The decision is driven by other factors, including financial ones. They're not thinking about any consequences it could have.
Und die Folgen, die so etwas haben kann, bleiben völlig unbedacht.
But Assange says one consequence is certainly positive, an informed public. He believes information should be redistributed and sees himself as a crusader for the people, taking information from the rich and powerful and distributing it to the common man. He says there's certainly no shortage of documents for WikiLeaks to disclose.
I suppose our greatest fear is that we will be too successful too fast, and we won't be able to do justice to the material we're getting in fast enough. That's our greatest problem at the moment.
The organization's next move is already in the works. Wikileaks plans to release confidential documents from a major US bank at the start of next year.